morning, Dubai, on this rainy morning. Who knew that was going to come? This is the Lovin Dubai show. We go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. We go live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and also in podcast format, so you can listen on your way home if you missed the full show. Our top story for you today: will rents go up?
The rain, I was like, I left my house. Actually, no, I woke up really late and I could hear like the rain, like I was like,
oh, really? It was raining when you woke up this morning?
Yes.
Where do you live?
Raining. I live in Maidan.
Maidan? So it was raining in Maidan at early
like
o'clock?
6:40-ish.
That's so interesting because we're in Production City and the skies were beautiful when I woke up this morning, but it was like dark and moody and there's pink clouds everywhere, and I was like, oh, what a beautiful day. And I looked at my weather app and it didn't say rain
at all. I know. And as well, you know, like when I was getting to work, the moment I reached Production City, it was not raining, and I'm like, that's odd. And then we stayed for a bit in the office, and then like we can just like hear like the rain outside, and I was like, that's beautiful.
Can you hear the rain in our office, by the way? Because either it's thundering and pouring, and can you please tell us if it's raining where you are, or it's because we work in a type of, it's Production City, so they're converted but nice warehouses, but it's like a fancy warehouse. Right? How would you describe it?
I would describe it like a very fancy, organized warehouse, and because of like the ceiling and everything, you know, when it's
corrugated iron ceiling,
exactly.
So it's like so I don't know if it's like crazy raining, but if you ever need to know, do check NCM, because they basically tell us where it's raining. It's thundering down according to our iron roof in Production City, but we'd love to hear your reports. Are you going to stay home from work today? Is it early enough that you can message your boss and be like, oh no, the road's going to be flooded?
Of course not.
No, it definitely is.
Oh, I mean, to message the boss. I mean, it's up to you and your job and what you do, right?
Yeah.
But
I think because everyone has trauma from April 16th.
Oh yeah, I know.
Right?
I remember that moment is embedded in my brain, and it was like it's a period that I'm never gonna forget.
And I think that's fair, because like it was a climatic catastrophe that changed the city, and well done to the authorities for getting it back up and running in such a short space of time. But I think when there is massive unexpected rain, like it feels like, but it's probably not, it's fair enough to be like,
I'm not getting out of the house, because some people can be scared from driving in the rain. You know, like for example, like today, our colleague Sandra, she was like, oh my God, I don't know how am I gonna drive in the rain, because she's still a new driver. And maybe driving in the rain can be kind of a bit...
I think it's because it doesn't rain here often. Yeah. Like if you're in Ireland and you said, I'm not going to drive because of the rain, like when I go home and I can't believe it, like because the rain pours all the time.
Yeah.
But here, because we don't get it often, and because the roads do flood, it's a different situation.
For sure, you know, like it's as you said, it's a different situation. But one thing that I know that everyone in the UAE collectively would agree with me on, is that they would not stay home when it rains. Like even if it's just like a small walk under the rain.
Oh, you're going out.
A cup of karak. Oh my God, like that is the vibe.
The vibe.
That is the vibe.
You know? The winter vibes.
Literally, the winter vibes, and even like, you know, like the very funny outfits of like that don't match, because like there's like I saw a TikTok of like, oh, the reality of, oh yeah, you know, like my winter outfits, how you'd expect them to be and how they turn out to be when you're living.
So true, because you just like put on everything cozy and warm that you have, which is not much.
For sure. I mean, like for example, like during winter, I remember going out with my friends and telling them like, oh yeah, you know what, I have the best winter outfits ever, and then me coming out with my home robe with like socks.
You saying that.
And slippers.
I love that energy for you.
And like just like, you know, like a scarf that does not match my robe.
Right.
Nothing matches with each other.
It's fine though.
And
no
like,
judgment.
You know, it's fine. I'm just like, you know, like it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go out and enjoy the weather and have fun. And we would all like sit together like at the beach and have like our karak in our hands and just like, like code like that.
We listen, but we don't judge. We love it. That's so interesting. Massa saying you can't catch me at home today. Okay, so question coming in from Al Bandak Trading saying, what is the new rent valuation? Well, let's get into it. Are rents rising? Dubai announces new rent valuation plan. Big changes are afoot for the Dubai rental pricing system. The Dubai Land Department has launched the Smart Rental Index 2025. This is an advanced building classification system. So rather than simply pricing based on the area of the building, which was happening before, this was the case until now, the new system goes a lot further to determine the price of each building rather than each area.
Well, to explain further now, each building will now be evaluated based on a comprehensive set of criteria, including technical and structural characteristics, the quality of finishes, and of course, maintenance, the building's strategic location, its spatial value, as well as the level of services and facilities available, such as maintenance, cleanliness, and parking management. Now, of course, this is all aimed at ensuring fair pricing for all buildings.
So fair pricing coming into place. What we're really talking about here are property valuations with the Smart Rental Index 2025. But what does this mean for your rights as a tenant in terms of rent increases? So in the report, the increased percentages are determined based on the difference between the current rental value and then the average market rent. Rental increases will start at 0% for rents that are less than 10% below the average market rent, can reach up to 20% for rents that exceed the average by more than 40%. The best thing that you can do, if you're concerned, like I certainly was, is go directly to the Dubai Land Department website. I'm currently trying to put in my own information here and getting it. So you basically just need to put your the price of your current value, the location, it's an apartment or villa, whatever it might be, and they will give you the average. Now, I'm just looking at one option here, and you know there's a 20,000 dirham start to.
For sure, I mean, this is very, they have mentioned rent. A lot of people would expect the rent to spike up, but it wouldn't be fair if the building is old. It wouldn't be fair if the building is not maybe providing that much facilities or amenities to its residents. So I think that'll be very fair.
It's so true. It's very fair. If we look at high value areas such as Marina, the thing is, like the reality is a lot of the apartments, the spec isn't as fancy as it could be. They're older buildings, and the landlords don't really have incentive at the moment to redo the apartments, to put some money into it. Now, you're incentivized to put money into your apartment because you're going to get it back by being able to raise the rent.
But also, like, it's not only about, like, even if the landlord, let's say, like, is, like, putting money to get the apartment be better and fancier. I think residents right now, like, look at the outer picture, like the area they live in, the amenities the building provides. For example, like I used to live in a building, and I used to all the time say to my parents that I don't think it deserves that much of the rent because it takes me to get out of the area to go to my class at university, which is like, by the way, it was 10 minutes away from where I used to live, like 2 hours from the traffic. And I'd be like, it's not worth it because like I am still paying the gas, I am still paying all of these things, and I'm not even having fun. And the building was very old. So I don't know, like, of course, to each their own and how they would evaluate, but I think the evaluation is very important for the residents.
Yeah, I think it's quite a significant change, but it actually is a much more fair rating system. It also means it's just the price isn't going to be determined by a deemed kind of high value neighborhood. Yeah. It's going to be based on the building itself, and they're going to use smart technology to really evaluate. I think you said how many 18 categories that they're going to look at to get the fair valuation for the building, and it's already done. It's already available for you. So if you want to check it out, visit the Dubai Land Department website to get that information, and you'll get the star rating for your building. Okay, let's jump in to our next story. So yesterday we had our first show of 2025, and we discussed one or two rules, but actually we want to bring to you today the 9 new rules that residents will need to be aware of in 2025. So new year, new you. There are 9 big rules. One thing that we want to look at is Emiratization targets. Private sector companies with a workforce of 20 to 49 workers are now required to have at least 2 Emirati citizens working with them. So I would look at the size of your company, and if you're not meeting those Emiratization targets, it's time to meet them or expect hefty fines.
I agree with that. And it's not only that, it's because I think that the UAE has been implementing that rule because we live in a very globalized country, right? And there are people from all around the world. And there's a lot of tolerance, acceptance towards all religions, all nationalities. And in light of that, Emiratis are not getting the recognition that they deserve, and they are not getting hired as much as they deserve, and they are the minority. Actually, I remember my local friend told me that they're actually a minority compared to all of the residents that are from all around the world that live in the UAE, when actually everyone is welcome. But for sure, of course, like maybe if Emiratis should be given, the chance to work, the chance to be feeling like a resident in their own country.
It definitely gives greater opportunities for sure. So we also had the plastic ban, which we discussed yesterday. One, I think that road users are eagerly keeping an eye on is the SALIC surge pricing is coming in at the end of this month, where you'll pay 6 dirham on popular routes.
And as well, this will be implemented because people will be using different routes. And if you think you might be avoiding SALIC or not, but this is all happening because they want to avoid congestion, they want to avoid the traffic, and we know a lot of new projects were coming up and are going to be coming up and be in completion to, I would say, avoid the traffic that has been happening on the road.
Yeah, they're doing so much work in the RTA to reduce the amount of traffic, and one of the other ones which will be interesting is the congestion pricing policy for event areas. So think kind of like downtown World Trade Center. When there's a big event on, they're going to have a pricing policy for that. So it'll be like 25 dirham per hour for public paid parking places. And that will be rolled out starting in February 2025.
I think that would be like a very as well smart way, because like a lot of people who, let's say, they have an event could be for work, could be for anything, and they would want to go there. However, maybe they cannot park, they are stuck in the crazy traffic that is there because of other people who are there, who are maybe they are there for different reasons. Maybe people just maybe might go there.
This might mean less cars to the area if they're ramping up the prices. Yeah. There's also a big tax on multinational large enterprises coming in this year. It only concerns multinationals, so hopefully the majority of us will avoid that. One of the interesting ones is a big a teeny tiny actually increase in sewerage bills, but it's the first time in 10 years that it's happened. So I think people are taking note, but it's actually quite minor. The new fees will begin at 1.5 fils per gallon, when previously it was just 1 fil. So,
I mean, it's like that minor thing to people might be very large, because like if you would want to per month, it would like add on.
I think it might be more relevant to maybe businesses hit more with that fee.
For sure. That's like one thing for sure. But like people who are in businesses, every 0.5 matters to them.
And this could hit them a bit more, for sure.
For sure. That's actually like I'm really looking forward to 2025 and the advancements and the things that are going to be implemented, because I think this is all like part of their 2030 plan that the UAE wants to achieve.
Yeah, I would be looking forward to 2025 if I was a driver and I was 17, because they're actually lowering the driving age limit, which I think is a fair move considering different things that are legal at different ages. It used to be 18. From 2025 it's going to be 17.
Yeah, because you know what as well, like I used to never understand why would we have to wait till we're 18 to get our driver's license, when actually in other countries you can be like 16 or something. So I think what's happening is we are going to get to a point where 16 will be the age where you can start getting your driver's license permit to learn. maybe you can get like, do all of your tests by when you're 17. I don't know, that's what I'm expecting and that's what I'm hoping for. But this was one thing that never I never understood.
And then there's two more. This is actually one, if you went EV, you've had free charging until now. However, electric charging vehicle stations won't be free anymore. So the new fees will start at 1.25 per kWh plus VAT. I don't understand that. You'll basically be charged at EV units. It's not going to be as expensive as you'll be paying at the petrol pumps. So again, not a major worry, but it's definitely an increase there.
I think what they're trying to do is maybe motivate people to get more electric cars, because we know that the UAE is as well looking at the environment, right? With like the plastic ban and their, as I said earlier, their 2030 vision, they really are highly focused on environment. So with electric cars, of course, it's
But do you think charging is going to motivate people?
Yeah, I mean, it's not charging, maybe the fact that, it's like cheaper. And now, like, you can see, like, like charging stations almost everywhere.
No, but the news is they won't be free anymore. But it's only a small, like...
It's small, but people will be comparing that compared to petrol and gas, right?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, true. And then finally, 30% tax on alcohol is back.
Well, that is interesting. I don't know. I can't relate to that. What do you think of it?
I think that they removed it 2 or 3 years ago as a temporary thing, and I don't remember noticing a major change. And now it's come back, and actually already one store, MMI, has announced that there won't be a change in the stores. I think drinks are really quite expensive, so I didn't notice at the time. I think they're already pricey, and thankfully one store has announced that they're not going to be changing the prices. So hopefully more the other major store, which is African and Eastern, could follow suit, and then...
I think it's like a domino effect. One store starts it, and then they all follow through. And of course, this is implemented because like right now, a casino is opening in Ras Al Khaimah, right? And all of that is allowed. Like drinking is now allowed. Getting drinks is okay if you have the license to get a drink, right? So, of course, with that all playing in place, there must be like some sort of like tax that will be implemented on drinks and so on.
Yeah, interesting. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on that and seeing if we notice the changes. One other rule, actually, we'll move on. Dubai authorities have announced a ban on heels on a popular jogging track. So you know that beautiful stretch of soft ground, the running track down by Kite Beach? Well, it looks like too many people have been walking that stretch of ground in heels, no less, and authorities have stepped in.
Well, RTA tweeted yesterday, "We kindly ask that you refrain from wearing heels on the Jumeirah jogging track to avoid damaging the track and increasing the risk of slipping. Thank you for your cooperation."
So, as Farah said, according to the RTA, this is mainly for the safety of joggers, and also in the video that they shared, it looks like the heel stamps are damaging the track, and they want to stamp that out. So I think it's fair enough. I've been down there a fair few times. I've never seen people in heels.
I mean, I don't know. I've never seen people in heels either, but I would imagine, like, for sure, like this rule came out after, for sure, like they must have seen like some marks, and maybe that cannot be very efficient.
No, of course, yeah. That's why they would have brought it in.
For people who are like jogging, right? And if it's like, I can't imagine like someone like walking with like heels like that, because like you don't walk fast with heels, right? You're like walking like that, and then someone who's like jogging, and they're like, "Oh my God, like who is that woman that's like wearing heels in front of me?" And she cannot move, and then the woman who's wearing heels will for sure freak out, and she will not know what to do. And as well, it's not like really that comfortable to walk in heels on
a soft jogging track.
Literally.
I'm trying to think, why weren't they on there's like a boardwalk right beside it. Why would you be on, one, you're getting in the way of the runners on the soft jogging track, but there's also a hard wooden floor right there. Surely that would make more sense.
Exactly. And not only that, it's not even safe. I mean, of course, like I understand, maybe sometimes they have to like pass through, maybe it's like for like a second. But if you think that you're walking on a jogging track with heels, that is like pure damage to yourself and as well to the jogging track, and it will cause a lot of disruption among the joggers.
I really want to know the people who were doing it, because it's like, was that like a first date vibe where it's like you want to do something casual, but you also want to look your best?
Oh yeah, well, you know, maybe they were trying to get the message to their date, like, oh, I don't do walking dates, and they had like the heels right on, and
like, get the message, this is not for me.
it's not for me. And then it's like, you know, the guy probably was like, oh, I took her to a walking date, but she was wearing heels, you know. And because like as well, like in Kite Beach, like when you're on that track, that jogging track, you get to the area of like restaurants, you know, like that small ground of like restaurants, you know, where like it's all around. So probably like that's what they were like. Maybe they had like dinner and then they were walking. But just like don't walk on like that jogging track, like walk somewhere else, you guys.
Not allowed anymore. You have been asked by the RTA extremely kindly to stop wearing your heels on the jogging track. Speaking of new rules, and actually one that's also going to decrease congestion this year.
Yes, well, trucks are banned on Emirates Road during rush hour in an effort to improve road safety and ease traffic congestion. Dubai has announced a partial ban on trucks using Emirates Road during rush hour. Now, the new regulation prohibits trucks from traveling on Emirates Road between Al Awir Road and Sharjah from 5:30 p.m. and 8 p.m. daily.
This decision comes as part of Dubai's ongoing efforts to enhance traffic flow and ensure safer roads for all motorists. Drivers who violate the rule could face a fine of 1,000 dirham along with 6 traffic points, as confirmed by the General Traffic Department of Dubai Police.
Well, to ensure compliance, Dubai Police, in partnership with the Roads and Transport Authority (RTA), is actively working to raise awareness among truck drivers and transport companies about the importance of following these new curfew times.
So, as we said already, this will hopefully reduce congestion, but also contribute to better road safety for everyone. You've mentioned before you're not a fan of trucks on roads.
No. I mean, and thank God for that rule, because I kid you not, I used to live all the way in Gerhood, and the trucks around would cause a lot of chaos. And I'm not trying to bash anything or the trucks that are there, but seriously, like, I think this rule will be easing congestion a lot, and it will allow cars to travel smoothly, because specifically during rush hour between 5:30 and 8 p.m., people are leaving their jobs, they're getting back home, and not everyone lives close to their houses. And the trucks are like, they even swerve between cars in a way where that makes you think, like, how can they even do that? Why would they even do that? And
they're so big, and it's really scary when you're in a small car beside a big truck, for sure.
Yes, and I mentioned this before, they can't even, like, I don't know, a friend told me that they apparently don't really see from their right side. So like she would avoid being on the right side. And ever since she told me that, like, I would be very like cautious ever since like I'm around like a truck. So either like you have to like drive fast to avoid the truck, but if you are stuck in traffic during rush hour,
you don't have that option.
You don't have that option.
So good news for drivers. Bad news, I guess, if you're planning logistics for a company. But thank you, RTA, for doing the most to get rid of that traffic on the roads. It's 8:53. We're super excited to welcome our next guest. We're going live with 9-year-old rising star Kashvi Majmundar. She'll be with us after this very short break. Do stay tuned. She is a bright spark. We're so excited to have a chat with her. back to the Lovin Dubai show on this raining morning, but we're about to brighten up your day. Today's guest is Kashvi Majmundar. At just 9 years old, she's already a rising star, making waves as both a dancer and an actor. Her role as a young Priyanka Chopra in Citadel has captivated audiences. It became one of the most watched Amazon series once it dropped, and she's only getting started. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming here this morning during this rain.
Thank you. You are.
I'm so glad I actually made it. I was like, oh no, it's raining. Will I make it? But I'm glad I made it here.
Some people have pulled out in the rain, so we appreciate the effort. We really do.
Oh yeah, no, I had to come. You know, I
Yeah,
couldn't visit.
of course you had to come. You're
Yeah.
adorable and we really wanted
you
to
so
meet
much.
you. You're so cute. I love your dress. I love your hair. You look amazing. But we want to talk about your acting. Now, you are a
Okay.
9-year-old
Yes, I am.
actress. You are a dancer. So when did you first start acting? Tell us about your story.
I would say actually before acting was more of dancing. Like, you know, when I was like 6 months and like 1 year and stuff like that, my mom would just randomly play music. I was just trying to move my body to the beats and stuff. So I always had a passion for dancing, I think. And you know this funny part, like when I was like quite like asleep, when I had to wake up, my mom would just play music and I would wake up dancing out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh. Does mom
know.
have a video of that?
She might, but I guess like her phone's storage gets full with my videos, so she might delete it. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I think that was quite pretty much it. And in 2022, yeah, I think 2022, so there's this Indian Film Academy Awards. Yeah, it happens every year. So one of my favorite dancers in Bollywood was Noora Fatehi. So I was chosen through Instagram to dance with her on the stage in that awards academy and stuff. So at that time, that's where I got spotted. I guess because like actors get awards and that and stuff. So you know all the actors, of course, present there. And from there, I got an offer to work in this show, which I just did. So, like, of course, I had to audition and stuff, but yeah. But the funny part is, I never knew what an audition was. Like, when I gave it, the first time I'm like, where are you taking me? So there's this casting director there, so he has his team, of course. The team was just taking me somewhere to do the audition, but I'm like, what are you doing? And then they told me that, you know, it's an audition. We're going to take a video of you. I'm going to give you a script to memorize. And I did it. I acted it out. And then after 2 months, I think, 2 or 3 months, I got a call. You know, the directors of this film want to talk to you about it. So that's when I got to know about my role, playing Nadia. And I'm going to play Priyanka Chopra, which got me all hyped up. So I guess, yeah, and then the actors I'm going to work with and stuff like that. So
It seems like what an amazing journey, and it feels like it's just been like really big things have happened to you at such a young age. Like you shared a stage with Noor Fateh. What was that like? Were you nervous? What was it like to meet her?
it was quite cool, I mean. So, you know, you're supposed to be there by morning, like the performance is always at the evening, but you're supposed to be in the morning for rehearsals and stuff like that. But I mean, I didn't need any rehearsal, you know. I didn't really need any rehearsal, but we still did like a stage rehearsal with her to know, like, they were asking my mom, you know, will we need a backup or anything? Is she going to be nervous? Is she going to be this? Is she going to be that? So I'm like, you'll see today evening. Yeah, but at the start, you know, when she first called my name, you're there, and then when I had to go on stage, I wasn't really feeling nervous, I would say. It was both. I was like kind of very excited, happy. It was mixed feeling. But after I started dancing, yeah, it all went away. When I just put my, when I put my foot on the stage, like all my nervousness and everything just went away.
And I have to ask, Mum and Dad, are they nervous in the background, or are they also as equally excited?
I guess they're as equally excited, but who knows? I don't read their mind, so I don't know.
I mean, that is a very nice success story. But you played Priyanka Chopra, young Priyanka Chopra in Citadel, and as well, tell us, like, how was it like to step in her shoes? Were you already a fan of Priyanka Chopra?
I've not really seen a lot of her movies, but I would say, yeah, of course I know her, and I was her fan. I would say, but not diehard fan. I'm not anyone's diehard fan except for myself.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, we like that.
Just like
we love that. We love that.
No, I'm just joking. No, but yeah, I was a fan of her. But I didn't really. I would say when I shot this, I was only 7. Yeah, and then it was, I would say, 1 month of shoot. But it was on and off, so I could also manage my school with that. But I would say that was when I was only 7, so I was I didn't really care about putting myself in her shoes or stuff like that.
Right.
But I just cared about the acting and how it's going to be, memorizing the script and stuff. But I would say it was quite a fun experience.
Tell us a little bit, an amazing experience, and people are calling you a rising star. They said your performance was just epic. So tell us about, I guess, preparing. You said you're memorizing your lines. How much did you really think about the role that you were playing before you went into each day?
I would say each day was quite special, but before we were supposed to act in the scene, they give you a vanity van, you just get ready and stuff like that. So they always have your script ready in the vanity van.
Right.
So while you're getting ready, you can just go through it. And anyways, my mom and me we used to in the night when the shoot used to be over, we used to sit down and just go through these scripts, memorize it, and then we also have a chance to take retakes in the shoot. But I never took any retake. It was 1 shot, 2 shots. That's it.
1 shot, 2 shots, but definitely hard working
Wow.
behind the scenes for sure.
Well, we should learn from you. We really should. But what was going through your mind when you figured out that you were playing Nadia Singh? Because, of course, as a kid, you are excited, right?
Ow.
And a lot of things. You must have felt
that
a lot
feeling.
of anxiety. A lot of were you scared? Were you worried?
So I guess on the first day, I was not nervous. I was not feeling butterflies in my stomach, but I was actually quite excited because I'd never seen how a film or anything that you're actually seeing, how it's shot behind the scenes and behind the cameras, and being the actor in the film itself. So I guess it was quite exciting for me. But I would say before going on the shoot in the vanity van, I'm okay, it's my first day. I gotta act good. I gotta impress everyone. I gotta be good. No giving me takes. Yeah.
Oh, well, your
That's what I
confidence is
guess.
amazing.
Thank you.
But on the scene, you had quite a famous mom and dad, right? Can
Oh,
you,
yeah, I did.
can you tell us about it?
The thing is that the mom, I didn't really know that because she's from the South India, but I didn't know her because of a song that I always used to dance on. But otherwise, I had most of my scenes with her. But my father, who is actually playing Lovin, I was always a fan of his dancing, I would say. So I was a fan of him already. So, when I said the director's got a call on me, they were telling me that, Varun Dhawan's going to be your father. I'm okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. So I guess, yeah, in fact, you might laugh at me, but the first day of shooting with him, which was, I think, the end of my schedule of shooting, I was so there's a dialogue because it's a spy series, right? So, because I have to hold this gun, which is not actual gun, but there's no bullet in it. But I have to pretend that I'm just aiming at someone and stuff like that. And out of nowhere he comes. But I don't really know him, that's the story. So I have to say, who are you? And then he says, I'm your father. And then, in the middle of the take, that scene was when I took 3 or 4 takes, because I'm started laughing after he said that. Because I couldn't really realize that he was saying, I'm and then let's take a retake. And because everyone knew I was a fan of him, so everyone on the set was
What an amazing moment. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. And
But
your
then
real dad's
finally-
don't forget, I'm your dad.
Your friends at school must feel oh my God, you are the coolest kid
No.
ever. No?
No,
Why?
I don't really like them. They think themselves to be too big, and I'm keep your attitude.
But I wanted to ask you, what's the one thing that you do before you start acting or dancing? Because of course, your personality must be different than your roles on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, what do you do? What's your secret? Some I don't know. Some people maybe they go take a moment, meditate.
What I do, I think I just pretty much do nothing, I would say.
Do nothing.
Yeah, I just prepare. I mean, just go through the script And if it's dance, just go through the music, just go through the dance. And most of the times, it's all prepared dance. I like to do freestyle. Whatever just comes in my body, I just go through the beats and just go whatever I want.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess that's what I do.
Look at you dancing already and showing us some dance moves that maybe we should learn from you.
No, that's...
Do you have a move that we could learn? I could become a cool dancer.
I have quite a lot of moves actually.
Yeah.
Actually. But I would say right now, I'm not sure. I need music for that.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll get some music on. Maybe we'll do it after the show. We could do
Oh yeah,
cool
I
clip
would love
together.
doing that. I would love doing that.
I wanted to ask, Citadel became
Yeah.
some of people's like favorite series, and is there a particular scene that you loved the most, or that was special to you, or that you're most proud of to shoot?
I guess there's just one day where I shot like for more than 12 hours, I guess.
Wow.
So like the call time used to be like, my mom used to wake up at 5 a.m. for me, but like sometimes the call time used to be 5 or 6, you have to be on the set. My mom would be like 5, she would wake up, because I was like, I don't wake up without any alarms or anything, but my mom is my biggest alarm, so I don't really need an alarm. So, but I would say, yeah. So, she would just wake me up. The first day was like this. My mom was like, it's the first day, can you wake up? And I was like this, and my hair is all messed up, and I'm like, oh yeah. And then it just got so quick. So we had to get ready so quick, because I would wake up at such a time where I only had 30 minutes left to get ready, which is actually enough for me, I guess. But yeah. And then we would call the driver and stuff like that. So that was quite a thing. But I would say, like, as you said, my most special scene would be this one day where the shoot went on so we reached the hotel at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. And we started shooting so I was already on the sets by 6 or 7 a.m. And so that was quite a lot of time, I would say. But there's this one sequence there where I shoot that I'm escaping from the house. And I'm like, I had to do roof climbing on a 2-story house. And it was like below, it was just like 1 or 2 degrees, almost about to be the freezing point. But I had enough jackets on me, so because they were anyway showing it's winter, so because we were shooting on a hill station, the first part, so yeah, and look, of course I had the thing, I don't know, I forgot what it's called. Maybe? Yeah, harness, and I had to like climb it, bare hands and stuff like that. The roof was quite cold actually, but I just had to do it and stuff, and then I had to climb down a pipe. And I did that and I had to fall. So yeah, it was quite adventurous.
An epic challenge. That's so cool.
That's quite cool. It was quite a challenge. But I'm quite adventurous. Like, you can ask me to go on the hardest roller coasters. I got you.
You would do it?
Yep.
Is there anything that scares you?
No. Darkness. I would not like to sleep alone.
Fair. Nightlights all the way in Mum and Dad.
Well, you're 9 and you achieved amazing things, right? You are an amazing actress, a dancer, and honestly, we should all learn from you. Like, girl, your confidence is amazing. But I have a question. Of course, you're going to grow up and you're going to become even more of a rising star. So who is the one actor or actress that you would love to work with?
I think actor, I would say, because he's called the king of Bollywood, called SRK. Shah Khan, I'm sure.
Of course,
yeah.
Of
So I guess I would want to work with him.
Well, we can manifest it.
Yeah.
Manifesting goals for 2025. Before you leave us, can we play a quick game with you?
Of course.
Great. So
after the game, I have some questions to ask you. 3 questions. 2 or 3 questions.
Okay, love that. This is the first time anyone's spun the interview round on us, so let's do it. But first we shall play in or out, the kids edition. So we'll say things. If they're in, you tell us why, and if they're out, you give it a buzz.
Okay.
Well, TikTok.
So do I have to say if I do it or not?
So like if you think it's cool.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't,
okay.
I don't like TikTok.
You don't like it?
No, it's quite inappropriate, and I don't like it anyway.
I
Love
for you.
that so much. Love that so much. Taylor Swift.
Yay, okay, fine. I
She's
actually
a Swiftie.
I like it.
Not
I'm a
really
Swiftie
big
too.
Swiftie, but yeah, kind of.
She's
I'm
okay.
50-50 Swiftie.
No, I
Okay.
like that. I like that. Okay. Skincare for kids. You know how kids go and put skincare and things.
It's mid actually. I like doing it, but I don't do it too intense.
What's your skincare routine?
Nothing, just face wash. And you know, there's some hacks that my mom's mother used to do always. So even she used to do it, homemade stuff. So I like to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. But my mom and I like to do sometimes like dip my face in ice
Okay.
cubes.
Ah.
So, but I don't. My mom says don't do it too much, otherwise your skin will become loose and stuff like that. So, yeah. But nowadays I don't really do it. I've just forgotten about it. So I would say in.
In for skincare. Okay, what about remote schooling? So schooling that's not in school.
Buzz. Don't like it.
Why?
You don't really get to meet friends, or you don't really get to just have the fun in school. Because in school, if you do remote learning, all you have to do is work, finish your homework, show it to your teacher. There's no
Yeah.
fun actually. Like
So you're a social butterfly.
I guess so.
So true, wise before your years.
I love that for you. I actually do agree with you. But what about YouTube vlogs?
YouTube vlogs,
Yeah.
like making them.
Yeah.
Or
I
watching
think
them.
I like them. I love
Yeah.
talking. Hi guys, how are you?
And then the last one we have for you is social media influencers.
I guess I'm one now, so I have to end it. I
She
have to end it.
think about it for a second.
A shining star, a bright light, so much energy, so much confidence. We
Thank
love
you.
it. But now
Well,
you
by
have
the
some
way,
questions for us.
My name in the Hinduism, we have this Sanskrit. My name means shining star, so it has two meanings. It has goddess of luck and
Okay.
shining star. So I think my mom had a purpose of naming me.
Yes.
I
For
I love
sure.
that kind of like purpose and finding
Love
it
that.
already. So you were born with it, it was written.
Love
I
that.
think.
Love that. Well, my name means happiness.
Ooh, I can see you always smiling. I see you and you're like, yeah.
You're looking at me. I don't, Casey, Mom, what does Casey mean?
Casey, I would say one thing. So in Australia, I'm born in Australia. Yeah. So I used to go to my childcare there. I had my favorite teacher called Casey too. So you know that reminded me about her. So because I don't really like eating, and I was always like that. I don't really like food. I'm not really attracted to it. So if I had food, I'm very girly girl, and you must have seen that already.
Yes.
If I ate food, she would give me nail polishes. She would do it for me. Okay.
Aw,
I
just
know.
like encouraging you.
Yeah. So then I eat.
That's cute. Very
Yeah.
cute.
I used to be a teacher. You have some questions for us?
Yes. Okay. So
Okay. Do you want to do a mic? Do we have a mic situation? You can answer the first one, or I'll answer the first one.
whoever wants to.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we both can answer.
Yeah, you both can answer the same
Yeah.
question actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is, so I've asked this one time, but I would like to ask it again. So if your place where you working right now, like the studio, if you could turn it into a time machine, where would you go? Which era would you go to?
I'm going to give the mic to
Okay.
Casey.
Okay. While I'm thinking, can you please introduce the show and say, hi, I'm Kashvi, I'm the host of the Lovin Dubai show.
Oh.
And then I will answer the question.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kashvi, and I'm the host of the Lovin Dubai show. And I'm asking over again some questions. And I know they're going to have fun with me.
Okay, thank you so much for having me on the show, Kashvi. It's great to be a guest here. You've got a beautiful studio. It's really nice. A little bit nervous my first time, but what an interesting question. I love the show Bridgerton. Do you know it? It's on Netflix.
Not really.
So it's Victorian, someone help me, era.
Yeah.
And it's all like really proper British society, and all the ladies wear these like big dresses, and they go to balls, and they live in these beautiful houses. And if I could live in any era, it's also quite romantic. that is where I'd be. And I'd be wearing like corsets and amazing dresses every
Ooh,
day.
that's quite cool. Your turn.
Well, if I can live in an era, it would be in the 60s.
Why that?
Because I just love their fashion. And they were very free. They were very free.
I love that, the 60s girl, you live your best life. Is that the end of the show? You tell us. No.
I'll ask one more question. Okay.
Sure.
So, if your show or like your mic or whatever you speak with could speak, what would it say about you?
That's a
This
very
was
good
speaking
question.
about me.
That's a very deep question.
Casey loves simplicity in all walks of life.
Nice.
I think that's true.
Well, Farah
question.
is resilient.
Okay.
Farah is happy.
Yes, Farah is happy all the time.
Yeah. What does our mic say about us? Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. She's
That's
put us on the
very
spot.
good.
You know, we've always spoken to people on the show, and it's always interesting when the questions get turned on interviewers because we
yeah.
ask all the
Yeah.
questions no one ever asks.
You know, I
us.
thought, let's make it even more fun.
You've
You're
given
smart.
us a talk topic for
You're
the day.
smart.
That is for sure, Kashvi.
Oh, okay. So this is my last question. So my last question is, so you know the emojis we type. Which emoji would be you?
That's deep.
So deep.
Deep.
Are we thinking most used emojis or the emoji
Yeah.
that
The
signifies?
emojis that like, you know, kind of would go on you. That kind of would describe your personality more, or which you like more, or whatever.
Okay, we will answer and then we'll ask you as well. So be
Okay.
ready. Be ready. Okay. The emoji that would signify me the most would be, maybe. I'm thinking like a piece of fruit. A strawberry, more delicious in summer, more fun in summer. I don't know.
Why?
Okay, the monkey like laughy emoji because whenever I
yeah.
say something, I laugh after it.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's me.
okay. Well, for me, a butterfly, because no one can tame me down.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is a stronger answer than a strawberry. Nice. Kashvi, if you were an emoji, what emoji would you be?
I have to think about tattoo now. I think. It's actually, I don't know where to ask that question. I don't know if it's gonna come back to me. I should think about it.
I had to think about it too.
I guess I would have two emojis
Okay.
that would do it. The first one would be a heart, cause like whenever I see something, I just start liking it. I think, but like no, of course not everything, not everything, but like I think plus my favorite emoji is a heart. I love doing hearts, and yeah, I just love everything. So I guess a heart. And my second one would be a star.
I was going to give you a star.
The star one, which has like lines around it.
Yes.
I think I would do that because I think I'm a shining star.
You are. You really are. You are.
Nailed it and
Thank
spot
you.
on. We would have given you a shining star as well, Kashvi. Thank you so much
Thank you so much
for joining us.
Thank you so much for taking me on the show.
No, thank you for bringing your energy and your light into the studio this morning.
Thank
We had
you
so
so
much fun
much.
and we wish you all the best in your
Of
career.
course I did too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Farah.
Thank you, Casey.
And that
Thank
brings
you.
us
Thank
to
you.
that brings us to the end of the Lovin Device show. We're back here on Monday morning. Have a beautiful day. Don't forget your umbrella, and we'll see you back then, same time, same place. Bye bye.